security is going to make the business go slower. One of the classic issues, it shouldn't be that way when security is done well. And so when we're thinking about controls, I think putting in place controls that are as low friction as possible, or even make things more efficient for the business, is really, really important. And so a couple examples there is MFA. It's a very basic security control that's going to be non-negotiable. We're going to need MFA. And if you do it wrong, it's going to be a pain for everybody. And if you're doing one-time passcodes or SMS text codes, even pushes to your phone are both less secure but also annoying for people to answer. And so that's going to create friction in the process. But if you put MFA in place where you're using biometrics or some form of phishing resistant WebAuthn, or you've got a YubiKey or your fingerprint or Face ID, it becomes both more secure and way easier for users to authenticate when, they just use their face, they're already looking at it, and they can get in that way. Another example might be with like change management. Getting peer reviews, is a pretty ubiquitous control, even apart from security. Pretty much every company does peer reviews on changes just because it's good practice, but making sure you have a really easy and accessible process for people to push emergency changes that don't require peer review, and that you can get alerted and check after the fact if if something gets pushed that way. There's another example of you're still covering your risk by having a detective control in there, but you're also letting the business move fast when they need to, and not being a blocker or disruptor by by allowing changes to be pushed without an approval. There's access examples as well of setting things up to be self-service with preset rules about who can be pre-approved for different access, even beyond RBAC, right? RBAC is a great start, but even beyond that, you can set up automatic rules. An example would be for an admin break glass function, we have it tied to a PagerDuty rotation at whatnot. So these people don't have access to admin all the time, but the PagerDuty schedule for the person that's on call can grab the admin access if they need it to solve a problem. Super low friction, addresses the security risk of just having a bunch of admins all the time.